All right, hello to everybody. We are back again. So, guys, remember when I asked, wouldn't mind looking at a documentary on the greatest horse ever lived, Secretariat. So this one is Heart of a Champion. Thank you guys so much for the, all the wonderful comments, all the beautiful comments in the previous video that we checked out. We checked out a couple of, the races, top races, and top moves of this great horse. So today we're gonna be again looking at the documentary. I'm pretty new to this, so again, if I miss a couple things, cut me some slack. But thank you for coming. Okay, so again, first time here, let's not waste time and let's hop right in.
Penny, she knew that there was not just speed but stamina in the bloodline of Secretariat. She had the wisdom to have hope and faith that that little colt might actually go further. And of course it did.
You really have to have a product you believe in and the determination that you can do it. And by God, I was going to do that.
I think a lot of people around the horse really sense something very special early on. That first race when he lost, I think not so many people know. There was a great expectation. They were very surprised that he came in fourth because around the workouts, around the barn, they knew he was special.
I started riding him 3 months before he ran his first race. The first time I put my saddle on him and galloped him around, he was a little bit hard pulling horse. Eventually, he got going real nice. After the first few times I started working him, I told Lucian Lauren, you got a racehorse in your hand.
One of the most remarkable things about Secretariat is that not only did he have phenomenal natural ability, anatomically, he was almost without flaw. You couldn't pick him apart.
He was a specimen. I mean, they called him Super Horse, or the horse that God built, or the perfect horse.
He has the kind of build when he would walk into the racetrack, he could blow himself up so he would seem infinitely larger than the other horses.
Really?
He had a great golden coat, which looked like...
Is that a common thing that horses do? Again, excuse my ignorance. I've never heard of horses doing that, but if that's not a common thing, this horse is something else. But it's nice that they're showing a lot of, especially owner and people, that had a lot to do with this great horse. Let's continue.
Infinitely larger than the other horses.
That's amazing.
He had a great golden coat, which looked like about a half a size too small. Had bulging muscles. Good-looking head, great jowl, deep, big, gorgeous shoulder.
You can feel all the muscle in him, and he glide. Just like a plane take off the ground.
You never just pulled out the red horse. If a camera or the press were around, he knew it. And he was aware of his sight lines and camera lights.
First click of the camera, the ears would go up. He'd swell up and pose, like, look at me, I'm the man. I mean, and he was, and he knew
Really?
it. He put on a show.
He played around a lot. One day there with Eddie Sweat, he grabbed the rake and tried to pull the rake into the stall. And he had it halfway in, and Eddie grabbed the rake, and they were having a little bit of a tug of war there. And another time he did grab one of Eddie's brushes and ran to the back of the stall with it. And Eddie said, come back here, you dude, and give me back my brush. And Secretary, Well, he was really cute doing that.
He was not a horse. He was a human being to me.
Wow.
If he could have talked, oh man, he would have just tell you what he want to do, how he could have do it, and when he want to do it.
Charlie was telling me after he lost one of his few races that he did lose, Secretariat knew it and was mad about it. But he said, you know what? Charlie said, I always thought that he thought about it.
Every time he get beat, he get in the back of the stall. He don't want to be bothered. He be thinking. I said, what do you be thinking about? Every time he get beat, he come back. In his next race, that he set a record.
Sure enough, every next time he ran, he did break the track record. That's a fact.
And they're off. Lo and behold, he lost the Wood Memorial on the eve of the Kentucky Derby, which ultimately was the greatest thing that ever happened. And plus, there was a real good horse out there named Sham. And I thought, I just don't know if he can beat Sham. I have to admit that coming up to the Kentucky Derby and Newsday, I picked Secretariat to finish third. On the day of the Derby, the horse leaves the gate.
And they're off.
He's dead last.
On the inside, that's Angle Light for the lead. On the outside, Shecky Green.
He starts circling the field slowly around the first turn.
On the outside, Navajo, followed by Secretariat, Warbucks, finally, Twice a Prince.
down the back stretch and around the far turn. He's moved up and he's flying on the outside. You can see those white and blue silks. And I'm thinking, man, he's back.
Secretariat is fourth and moving up on the outside and is now third and moving at the leaders as they come for the head of the
This
stretch.
horse was something else.
And when you took her home and run it, I said, well, you got this one.
They're at the head of the stretch and Sham is the leader. He leads it by a length.
You hook Sham and they run head and head together, and we're all screaming up in the press box. The place was delirious.
Now and then the stretch. It's Secretariat. Sham holding in second. It's
Every
Secretariat
race
moving away. He has it by 2.5.
after
And he
this
pulls
was a
away to
record.
win the fastest Kentucky Derby in history, 1:59.2. And the remarkable thing he did that day is he ran every quarter mile in that Derby faster than the preceding quarter. He literally went faster and faster throughout the Kentucky.
Oh my goodness, guys! This I've never seen a documentary like this. It's like they're not talking about a horse, they're talking about like a human being. Like the guy said, he didn't see it as a, Secretariat as a horse, but as a human being. And it's really like I'm really shocked. I've never like watched anything like this before. And basically, if they're talking about a human being, they will, say things like this, but it's not a human being. That means this horse was really something special. And before we continue, guys, it seems to me that, even a lot of clips that we watched, even previously, even now, it seems like since, a lot of the races, he started from the back and not the front, it tells me that, these records that are still there today could have been even, wider. There could have been even a wider gap. Like, it's just in my mind. But my goodness, this is some documentary. This is incredible.
Derby faster than the preceding quarter. He literally went faster and faster throughout the Kentucky Derby. He was going 36 miles an hour past the stands the first time, and 39 miles an hour going past the stands the second time.
The fact that Secretariat would always be at the back and enjoyed the experience of passing everybody, that was something to behold.
Secretariat
At the first turn, he was last, circled the field, and by the time they came out of the turn, he was in front of the whole field.
That's the way the horse ran. He came in from behind, and boom.
Let's make one leap and said, take me to the outside. He said, let's ride.
There's no words. It's something magical when Secretariat turned it on. You're just awestruck at what he could decide to do.
Here comes Sham, second on the outside now. Now it's Secretariat, the leader by a length and a half, with Sham moving into second.
Sham, that was the horse to beat.
The horse was great, but he just met something greater.
Secretariat won the first two races in record time. It wasn't just that he won them. He won them faster than any other horse had ever run them.
When he won the Derby in track record time, it got everybody's attention. Then when he duplicated that performance in the Preakness, it was like, wow, look at here. And then leading up to the Belmont, I think he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and Time and Newsweek. And you just hoped and prayed that he wouldn't stub his toe because, it was just such a great story. Let this go on and be completed. And then for him to go on and do what he did in the Belmont, it was jaw-dropping. It truly was.
And so,
guys, I have to say, now, I know back then things were different other than now, but my mind, something tells me that there was a lot of, speculation with a Secretariat. And I wouldn't be surprised. There were people saying, oh, I think you guys should test this horse or, for bad substances. These guys are probably giving. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of this going on as well. Again, I know today is different than before, but human nature never really changed. And it just came to mind. But oh my goodness, guys, it's a good thing I'm watching this because it really gave me another view other than just watching the couple of races we did in the previous one. So I have to say, I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Let me know in the comments.
Jaw-dropping. It truly was.
And so we come up to the day of the Belmont. Sun's just coming up. Little pony girl was taking care of her pony, and she rattled a bucket on the wall, and Secretariat heard that. And he went up in the air, and he started walking around. He was pawing at the sky like this.
Why?
And he comes down, and he's dancing. He's on, like a dressage horse on springs. And his nostrils are flared, and his eyes are big and round, and he's snorting. He literally pranced into his stall, and I thought to myself, oh my God, what are we going to see out there today?
Sham now going in. He's the outside horse, and we're ready.
He's looking at a positive thing. I thought negative.
Belmont Stakes. Everybody's in line, and they're off. Looks like the early lead goes to My Gallant. Yes, My Gallant going for the lead with Price and Prince on the outside. Secretariat away very well, has good position on the rail, and in fact is now going up with the leaders.
When they broke and Secretariat didn't hang back, and he moved right along from his inside post, and then Sham engaged him, and Sham even edged ahead. Part of me thought, well, Sham, you've been a gallant horse. If you can do this, I'm all for you.
Those two together, Sham on the outside. Sham getting ahead in front as they move around the turn with Secretariat second. Then there's a large gap, make it 8 lengths.
Anyone who was familiar with horse racing said, what are they doing? They're cooking each other. I mean, neither one of them can win this.
They're on the backstretch. It's almost a match race now. Secretariat's on the inside, by ahead. Sham is on the outside.
It's like it's just
kind of
leaving.
tragic to me to think about Sham. He's the only contender up until the moment when Secretariat just decided to defy belief.
They're moving on the turn now. For the turn at Secretariat.
Like Sham is tired already. Look at this.
Is increasing. Make it 3.5. He's moving into the turn. Secretariat holding on to a large lead.
I remember thinking, oh no, he's going too fast.
Secretariat is blazing along. The first 3/4 of a mile.
Too fast? What do you mean?
3/4 and 109. There's champion horses today who sprint that have trouble going that fast just running a 6 furlong race, much less to do that and then still keep going for another 3/4 of a mile. I mean, it's just unreal.
Secretariat is widening now.
Look at
he
this.
is moving like a tremendous machine.
Where are the other horses?
By 12. Secretariat by 14 lengths.
Look at this.
He's out there almost a 6
there they are.
mile away from the rest of the horses.
When
There
he
they are.
shook off the other horses and was clearly in the lead, that's when it got surreal.
Secretariat is in a position.
Look at this.
He said, I have won your race. Now I'm going to show you what I can do on a mile and a half track.
What the heck?
Leads his field by 18 lengths. And now Price of Prince is
Look at that.
And My Gallant has moved back to third. They're in the stretch. Secretariat has opened a 22-length lead. He is going to be the Triple Crown winner.
He kept picking up speed, and he hit the finish line 31 lengths ahead of all the other horses.
Ooh.
It's almost impossible to believe.
To be on the horse when it's doing that, I just, to be one with Secretariat in that moment of history, Ronnie Turcotte was elevated to the status of first man on the moon. It's that archetypally untouchable.
That race is really sort of supernatural.
Oh my goodness. No, guys. Again, we've watched a couple of clips, of the first video. And yeah, just looking at this, was that a part of the clip that we watched? I'm not too sure. We watched, I think it was like 4 or 5 clips. Excuse me, I'm probably wrong on this. But my goodness, this is so entertaining to watch. This is history right here. But I've never watched a documentary where, about, a animal, and they're referring to the animal as a human being. That's so amazing. But looking at, what this horse is doing, it's just like, what are the other horses doing? Like, like this Secretariat is making other horses look like they're just nothing. My. I don't want to be disrespectful. Hopefully I'm not, but let's continue.
Untouchable.
That race was really sort of supernatural.
That horse was doing something that horses just can't do.
Yeah. He's left a mark as a legend. Since I was a kid and since he had ran, all we talk about is Secretariat. If a big horse wins a race, it's like, well, he's not as good as Secretariat.
There's never been any horse that could even warm Secretariat up as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I've seen some really good horses since then, but none like him. With each passing running of the Triple Crown, you realize more and more how special he was.
Rest in peace.
Unfortunately, nobody lives forever, and in his autopsy, of course, it was found. His heart, of course, metaphorically, was twice the size, but biologically.
They found that his heart was well over twice as big as any horse's heart they'd ever seen, which is a kind of fitting metaphor for him.
After he died, I made a mission to try and keep his legacy alive because he was such a standing horse. I really just care for my horse so much that I've just kept honking his horn.
And the great thing about us getting to make movies is that we get to make Secretariat, in some ways, live on.
Secretariat will be remembered for generations. He's immortal now.
Wow, wow, wow. I love this. I love this. Secretariat.
There were so many emotions bringing this story to the screen, and I think the most touching one, the one that will linger in my heart the most, is that Penny could be there. It's just amazing to me that Penny could enjoy this.
The common reaction is to love what he did, which we couldn't have forced or created for him. He just picked his moment and just ran because he was loving it.
Secretariat. Absolutely. That was an amazing documentary. Hey guys, thank you so much. Let me say first, thank you so much for watching this with me. For those that did, and I'm really new to horse racing. Like hey, you guys probably watching this. Maybe some of you hate the fact that a newbie is watching this here, but thank you for those that are accepting towards that. My, I should have watched this first. I should have watched this before the other video, the races compiled into one. My, oh my, this horse was something else. This is not a horse, like they said. This is a human being. And it's just so nice to see us human beings, appreciating other things. And really, guys, I have so much to say, and I don't want to make this too long. It's a long video already. But wow, this really changed everything that I saw. The first thing I watched, it was like to my brain, it was like just a almost normal thing. Well, not too normal, because the horses, was always like lengths away from the other horses. But this really concludes everything, really into one nice little pack. Magnificent. Rest in peace, Secretariat. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your take on this. You guys had a lot of beautiful things to say in the previous video, and hoping that a lot of you join me on this one again. Thank you so much for being so cool, so awesome. Thank you again for being so loving, and continue being loving, in every way possible. And I will see you guys back on the next one. Let me know what other interests you guys have. Yeah, on this channel it's pretty different. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I love you guys, and bye-bye.